Stardate 21.476. And our ongoing question is to find out why the hell anybody would let me pilot a starship. That's just stupid. Hey, you over there, Spock, guess what? Live long and suck it. You know what over there, Loyal? Live long and suck it. You can just live long and suck it. Guess what, y'all? Y'all live long and suck it. Yeah. Raise the shields, raise the shield, lower the shield, raise the shield, lower the shield, lower the shield, raise the shield, lower the shield, raise the shield, raise, lower the shield, lower the shields, raise the shield, lower the shields, raise the shields. Hey, look. Damn it. Okay, somebody take Raoul and throw his ass out an airlock. This guy's a frickin' moron. Hello everybody, it's me, Nate, aka Devil Dog, and I'm back with a new game review. This time I am reviewing the just released Star Trek Bridge Crew. It was developed by Red Storm Entertainment and published by Ubisoft, and was released on May 30th of 2017 on the PlayStation 4 and Microsoft Windows. It is an action-adventure, single-player, and multiplayer VR game. I'm actually calling it a VR game and not just the experience, like a lot of things that have been coming out for VR have been called, because even though this does have a rather short single-player campaign mode, it does have some other stuff I will talk about later, which makes the value of it not that bad. And now, the overall plot of this game is it takes place in the alternate reality of the 2009 movie, so if you don't like that, don't worry, there's not that many lens flares in this one, so you can get used to it. And you play as the captain of the USS Aegis, searching for a new homeworld for the Vulcans after their planet was destroyed. Now, you can also pilot the original USS Enterprise, but I'll get into that a little bit later. Now, the main thing about this game is the overall what you actually do in it. You pretty much can play any of the roles on the dang bridge crew. You can play as captain, which is pretty much the head honcho who issues orders, who is in charge, and in the single-player mode, without co-op players, you are able to actually warp to the other AI characters and can take control of them at any time. So if you want to switch over to tactical, if you want to switch to engineering, you can do that on the fly. But as captain, your main role is to pretty much give the orders, and that's really about it. Now, other than captain, there's also, like I said, engineering. Now, with engineering, that allows you to coordinate everything from your power, your shields, and your weapons and engines. So it's pretty interesting on that one. Tactical is pretty much what you would think. It allows you to operate the shields, target and fire weapons, and Helm basically pilots the ship. Now, the overall game consists of 5 episodes that roughly last anywhere from 20 to 30 minutes each, and the last 2 are very, very difficult, and fortunately with this game is no matter what you do, you will make a wrong decision. Now, what I mean by that is there's no way to completely successfully beat these levels without having to either kill someone, do something that you don't think it would be a correct way of handling this situation. That's just how it is, which I actually like that aspect of it. Now, the AI that you play with the other characters is okay, but I have had some instances, especially with the pilot, the helm operator, being kind of a dumbass, and so that could be a bit of annoying. This game is truthfully meant to be played with other players, not the AI characters, and trust me, since it does have cross-play, it's actually very, very fun to actually play with honest-to-God real people. Now, keep in mind, it's like any game. If you get in with somebody who's a complete noob at this crap, and you ask them, okay, get us around the asteroid belt, or don't run into these mines, you're probably going to have a lot of problems with like, oh my god, I don't know how to do this and stuff like that. It can be kind of overly complicated at first, but once you actually sit down and take a little bit of time in each of the roles and really fiddle around with everything and get used to how everything works, all in all, it's actually very easy to play the game. Like I said, this does use every controller, but it's best played, I do it on PS4, so I use the Move controllers, which does actually add a lot to the tactical aspect to it, since everything is controlled by pointing and clicking with your hands and grabbing stuff and stuff like that. It's not hard to figure out how to actually play the game. Now, overall, with the abilities. Now, if you play as Captain, you have access to 3 main maps in the game: your local, the impulse map, and also warp maps. Depending on how far away whatever thing is on there, you get to access different maps. Now, if you're playing in the campaign mode, only mission-related items can be accessed in the maps. So if you want to be able to just kind of go free range, you have to pick the other mission thing instead of the campaign mode. Campaign mode kind of forces you to do stuff in a certain way. Now, in engineering, you're allowed to and able to overcharge your engines, your phasers, your shields. Now, doing that is at the expense of power on other systems, and you also have the ability to create a low-profile signature on your ship. That way allows for more stealthy moments, which is actually, like I said, once you get the hang of this, it's really, really cool the amount of detail and in-depth that you're actually able to do. Now, also keep in mind, engineering is also in charge of repairing everything. So if you get damage, it's up to engineering to actually repair that shit. The only thing it can't repair is your hull damage. So once your shields get all the way down and you take hull damage, that is permanent. And one aspect I really like about this game is it stays on there. The damage will never go away, which is pretty damn cool. You actually can physically see the damage. Now, Tactical is in charge of firing torpedoes, phasers, and the subsystems. And also you can use things called subsystem intrusions that you can use to knock out enemy ships' engines. And once again, like with everything else, it's actually really friggin' cool the amount of detail this game actually allows you. Once you get the hang of it and figure everything out, really it's pretty neat. Now, as for Helm, it's pretty much just to maneuver the ship. You have to do quick alignments to be able to for quick warp getaways, and all in all, I actually prefer Helm. I think all in all, it seems to have a lot less amount of stuff you can mess around with, but all in all, you're in charge of piloting the damn ship. And what's cooler than the fact, like, let's just say you don't like what the pilot's saying, oh, guess what, Captain? I don't like what you just said to me, so I'm going to crash this into this meteor. Yeah, well, don't do that. Trust me, that's not really good. Now, one of the main features of this game, other than the campaign, which is only 5 missions, it does have another feature called ongoing missions, which are procedurally generated challenges that you can do in solo mode with AI characters and also in co-op mode. And they consist of basically randomized missions from anything from rescue, defending other ships, attacking, destroying enemies, and exploratory missions. Sorry, exploratory missions. Now, the really cool thing about this part of the ongoing missions is that is where you can actually control the original Enterprise. You actually can pilot it, which is pretty cool. Now, one thing is it's a lot stronger than the Aegis, but is a lot less stealthy. So it's better in terms of actual battles, but not for trying to be stealthy. If you want to be sneaky, sneak around stuff, trust me, you don't want to go with the original Enterprise. Now, the thing is the interiors are so well done. If you remember how the original Enterprise looked, they got everything down to a T. It literally looks like cheap, crappy plastic buttons that you press. They did a fantastic job of recreating the bridge on this game. Now, I have noticed one thing about this game is it seems like it's a lot less diplomacy and more of fire phasers. Now, what I mean by that is if you were looking for something where you have a lot more diplomacy, you can talk with people, talk them down, make them change their minds. It doesn't seem to be that way in this. This seems to be go somewhere, talk to someone, shit goes down, you blow up stuff, try to defend stuff, then get the hell out of there. That's pretty much what this game is. And overall, the inside interiors are fantastic. Character models are kind of blocky, but really they serve the purpose well considering. But all in all, the only output I'd have to say is I think they kind of went the route of making this space on the outside look a little cartoony. Now, at any time you can hold the button down and view everything from the outside of the ship, which is nice, and it's very bright and colorful and beautiful. But I have noticed all in all the designs of space debris and everything is kind of blocky and looks rather cartoonish. It's not realistic. I mean, planets are a little bit too close to each other. I mean, if you can get past it not being super realistic, all in all, it is really, really good. It does have a avatar creation system at the beginning of the game, but all in all, it's really not that impressive. It just consists of certain sliders that you move to kind of, change the shape, color of your character. You can pick between being a man, a woman, Vulcan, stuff like that. All in all, it's not an overall well-designed avatar creator, but considering 90% of the time you're just going to be looking at the back of people's heads, it's not really a main issue. The main thing with this is the voices and the sound effects, which are, hands down fantastic. And if you have a great sound system, I can actually recommend not using a headset for this. Use your Dolby surround sound system. The sounds of phasers going off, explosions, your warp drive kicking in, everything is so well done. And with the voices of the other characters, especially if you're playing online with real people, it is a friggin' blast. Now, this game does cost a full price of $50. Fortunately, it's not no $59.95. It's not a $65 game. It is a $50 game, which is still kind of high. And but the problem is with it is the price isn't really the issue. And all in all, I think it's the lack of actual missions. The missions they give you are very in-depth, and the ones near the end are very challenging, but the main meat and the potatoes, the main thing of this game is definitely the ongoing missions feature. The fact that they added that with the procedurally generated levels will make it to where the longevity of this game, it will go a long time. You could pretty much pick up and play this and experience something different pretty much every single time. So all in all, I review my games reviews based on three things. Should you rent it? Should you buy it? Or should you pass on it? Fortunately, this is a physical copy game you can pick up, so you do have all three options. And in this case, if you have a VR system and you want a decent game to play, especially with friends or even strangers, I can say even at the $50 price tag, this is a most definite buy this game. It is definitely worth a purchase. If you're able to rent it, it's definitely worth a rental as well. And if you want to wait until the price goes down, be my guest, but I can actually recommend this game right now as a purchase. It's not that real glitchy. The only problem it does seem to have is it does link up with the Ubisoft, whatever the hell that thing is called at the beginning, where you have to link up with the Ubisoft server, which is pretty stupid. I've had some issues with it linking up just because of that. But all in all, once you actually get the game going, it is actually a blast to play once you figure out all the controls, of course. And, if you're a Star Trek fan like I am, I say pick this up. I want to play with you on this. This is a great game. So I want to say that, and I want to say this. Thank you, everybody who subscribes to my channel. I want to thank everybody who watches this video. Please leave a comment below if you think this game turned out good or if you think it turned out crap. And I got to end my videos by always saying, have fun, play hard, and remember, people, the devil is in the details. Peace out.